Hello. Ayan. Hello everyone. Welcome to Love Talks. Okay. Yes, it's a different time slot for me tonight. Just for tonight, it's a special episode because my special guest will be coming from US. So usually it's a 5 p.m. MWF. But tonight, of course, it's a 13-hour time difference. So syempre mag-a-adjust tayo sa ating special guest. And so, hello everyone. We'll talk about dating tonight. So if you just came from work, at gusto niyo mag-relax, we hope that you'll be spending the next 60 minutes with me and my special guest. Or if you're just at home and thinking of binge watching Netflix or K-drama, spare 60 minutes for us. And then we hope that you'll be able to enjoy this conversation and learn something about it. Because as a married woman and a mother, I'll be wearing a different hat because I'm really curious about this topic. And I'm just so happy that my special guest said yes to talk about this very interesting topic. So, hi Flo, hello. Hi FCAT, hi Say, hi Rio, hi team, hi HL Ann. Hi Ninja, Ninja, yes, Ninja. Hi Vlad Antonio, hello. Ayan, so I'll be inviting my very special guest. So please, if you have any questions about dating, about relationship, please to send in, write it in your comment section and we'll try our very best to answer it. Yung special guest ko yung sagot niyan. So, I posted in a question there. What's the best dating advice you received maybe from a friend or from a family member or something na na-receive nyo maybe online as well or something that you read from a book. So, let's see. And let's make this an enjoyable night for all of us and morning if you're from another country. Hi, Vanessa. So beautiful.
Good evening, equally
Good
beautiful love.
morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for saying yes. Okay, so my very beautiful guest is a professional matchmaker. So usually in the Philippines, medyo tabu pa yung part na pag-usapan natin yung dating or the science. Is there really such a formula about dating? Kasi usually, di ba, conservative ang mga Filipinos. So
Yeah.
ngayong gabi, we'll talk about that and maybe you have questions as well about relationship. Especially now that if you're single, na tinisip nyo at the start of 2020, Lord, magkakaroon na ako ng love life and then pandemic happened. So, paano na, Lord? Paano na talaga siya? So, we hope that this will be an enlightening conversation for all of you. So, hello, Vanessa. Please say hi to everyone who's joining us tonight. This is not Kumu. Kumu Queen kasi si Vanessa. So, this is a different platform.
Yes, and I'm so excited to know this is my second time to go Instagram live, and thank you so much, love, for having me. And hi everyone, good evening. Ako po si Vanessa Antonio. As mentioned by Love, I'm a professional matchmaker both in the US and in the Philippines, and I also teach the science of dating. And so I'm a dating coach for Singles Events Manila, and I'm happy to be able to share with you like whatever I can to contribute in your love life, in your single life, and excited to like receive your questions.
Yes, so yan, narinig nyo na. She will help us and then of course, if you have any woes or any concerns na medyo nahiya kayo, as always here in Love Talks is a safe space for all of us. And so, of course, before I ask questions about matchmaking and the professional thing that Vanessa does, mas gusto ko makilala siya by heart also in who she really is as a person. So, go ahead, mag-send lang kayo ng mga questions dan and then invite your friends to come and join us this evening. So, of course, she mentioned that she's a dating coach for Single Events Manila. She's helping a lot of singles. Of course, it's not really all about the dating per se, but really making the single life the best version of your season as well, di ba? So, usually I mentioned nga, Vanessa, di ba, that medyo tabu pa rin sa Philippines pag-usapan ng dating kasi medyo shy type pa
Super
rin ng mga tao.
tama ka.
I think ngayon medyo may awareness na uy, pwede naman palang magtanong, pwede palang mag-seek ng help. And so, before I start, this is also match made in heaven because na-match make din kaming dalawa ni J. Paul
Ni
Hernandez. So
J. Paul Hernandez.
yes, I was supposed to be with them pero nga, bawal pa kami lumabas. And so anyway, so Vanessa, can you tell us something about your matchmaking journey? How did it start? How did you think na, oh, this is something that I want to do as a profession? Or maybe how did you find it interesting in your life?
All right. So, love, actually, it all started with me being single, I think, 7 years ago. So I think I was 23 years old already. And I think since I was 18, I was already praying for my Prince Charming.
Oh,
Maybe even earlier than 18. I think 15 pa lang. I was like, God, please, si Prince Charming. Umabot ako ng 23 years old. I was like, God, sabi ko, kahit pa-experience naman. Hindi talaga siya dumadating. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what's wrong? So that's why I work a lot with singles because yung pain points nila, sobrang feel ko na what's wrong with me? Bakit hindi pa siya dumadating? Well, besides like my family telling me when I was high school na, oh, graduate ka muna ng high school bago ka mag-boyfriend. Nung graduate ako ng high school, graduate ka muna ng college bago ka mag-boyfriend. Nung college na ako, graduate ka muna ng master's bago Tapos, nung nakagraduate ako sa master's, sila na yung tatanong, bakit wala ka pang boyfriend? O, sabi ko sa inyo. So, ang nangyari, I was like, unang-una, when I was in high school also, I spent, I think, 2 years in an all-girls school. And so, parang paliit na ng paliit yung mundo ko.
True.
Yeah, so, tapos unang-una, when I was in college, I was really hanging out mostly with girls. Kung hindi naman, I have a lot of gay friends that I really love. And so, paano nga naman ako magkaka-boyfriend pa ganito, no? And I really felt that I'm emotionally ready to be able to like meet my someone. As I've told you, love, I'm hopeless romantic talaga ever since. And so I've realized, sabi ko, bakit? Unang-una, na-realize ko back then, when I was speaking with the opposite gender, kahit hindi ko sila gusto, nanginginig ako.
Literally.
So parang it gives the personal impression or ako, feeling ko, gusto ko sila kahit hindi naman. But looking back, I realized that the reason why I was shaking was because I was not prepared when it comes to social skills.
I love that.
Yun ang absent sa akin. So hindi ko kayang mag-relax. I'm like puno ng awkwardness sa katawan. Tapos yung feeling na parang you can't be like plain friends. Yung parang walang barkada. Sobrang dream ko magkaroon ng guy best friends before, pero hindi siya nangyayari. Kasi nga, when I interact with anyone na guys, since hindi ako masyado sanay sa men interaction, nanginginig ako. And so, I was like, this can't be like this, like forever. And so, at the same time, I was thinking, when I look at my circle, wala nga naman akong gustong-gusto. Isa din yan eh. So parang sabi na, so na-realize namin na mga friends ko who was single also that time, why don't we start expanding our networks? So saan nga ba tayo pupunta para makamit ng single professionals? Because we were already working that time.
Oo nga, nasabi mo nga, di ba? Nakagrad ka na ng high school, nakagrad ka na ng college, nakagrad ka na ng master. So professional na talaga. You have all the license in the world.
Exactly. And so, yung mga friends ko which is single also that time, nag-attend kami ng isang speed dating event. Hindi ko alam, love, kung familiar ka sa speed dating event. Yun yung parang...
yun, di ba? May may timer talaga siya.
Yeah, may parang may bell, tapos every 5 minutes, may papalit na ibang kakausapin mo. So, nag-attend kami yan. And parang by the end of that event, we were like, yun lang yun. We paid 1,000 pesos.
Oh my gosh, nagbayad ka pa.
Nagbayad na kami ng 1,000 pesos for that. Kasi ang nangyari, parang every may umuupo sa yung stranger, ang tinatanong lang sa'yo, what do you do? Where do you go to school? And parang kahit iba-ibahin pa nila yung arrangement, yun at yun ang nalalaman. So when we were talking, paano nga naman tayo magkakaroon ng genuine connection when we talk about all these like superficial titles?
Yes.
Diba? So,
I love that.
Yeah, so we realized, what if we create an event that is exclusively for single professionals? Kasi it's very important that we also meet people who are already, kumbaga, soaring na din in their career. Someone who's like working hard, and syempre, we acknowledge the fact that when you start dating, it's very important that you settle your ano muna, yourself
True.
muna. Hindi yung parang, syempre, mahirap makipag-date when you're studying. Besides na dapat yung priority mo is schooling muna, nandyan yung finances.
Agree.
Magastos makipag-date, you know? Both for women and men. And especially for men, no, there's that expectation that of course when you go on a date, lilibre mo si girl and stuff. And so we really don't recommend students to start actively like pursuing for love. But so we were focused on single professionals. And sabi natin, bakit yung usap-usap lang? Huwag tayong mag-usap-usap. Gawin natin, gusto natin makita yung real personality ng tao. So why don't we put them in like a challenging situation? Because when you put them in challenging situations, it does not only build rapport
Yes.
amongst the group, it also shows your real personality, if competitive ka, kung pikunin ka, kung gentleman ka.
Gusto ko yun kung
Diba?
pikon ka.
Yeah.
Pero wait, before you continue, I love what you mentioned earlier. So to those who are joining us this evening, afternoon tuloy, this evening, sabi ni Kla, same feels, plus introvert ka pa talaga. So, oo nga, no? So, sobrang challenging. Anyway, I love what you said. First, that if you prayed for your lifetime partner, you started sa high school, then yung sa college, and then pagka patagal na, definitely you will keep on asking yourself and God, Lord, what's wrong with me? And at the same time, if you're surrounded with girls or may gay friends ka, sobrang palit na yung chances kasi meron yung competition, di ba? Usually parang sabi nila may pila pa yan, di ba? May pila ng mga girls, tapos meron ka pang baking friends, so baka maging kompetensya mo rin sila.
Exactly.
And I also love that you mentioned about speed dating because I think right now, marami na rin tayong chances of online dating, of speed dating because parang if you don't know where to go to or the right avenue para makakita ng tao na magugustuhan mo talaga, you'll really resort to that. And gusto ko yung sinabi mo, Vanessa, na usually in speed dating, it's really all about the trivial things. And paano mo nga naman makikilala yung totoong tao if it's really all about the best foot forward answers that they'll expect from people, diba? So, to those who are watching us right now, I love what she's saying because it's not just really all about the scientific formula ng dating, but really coming from a pain point ng tao. So, makaka-relate talaga tayo lahat. Diba? Tanggalin ko yung hat na nag-asawa ko na. Pero back then, nag-iisip, NBSB ako eh. So, parang, Lord, sobrang pangit ko ba? Ba't naman wala naman talaga at all? Tapos all girls school din yung pinanggalingan ko. So parang, so girl na lang ba talaga to forever? Anyway, go ahead. Continue,
Yeah,
please.
so what happened was going back lang sa minention mo, love, no? So we were asking like what's wrong with me? So Singles Events Manila really is not just like bigla na lang lumusot. Kumbaga we call it baby kasi kahit ngayon, like I'm already married, I've met my significant other, I think 7 days after we threw the first event for Singles Events Manila. I feel na parang kahit married na ako, feel ko talaga yung pinagdaraanan ng mga singles. Kasi parang, even if I was waiting, say, 18, 19 hanggang nag-23 ako, mga 5 years, actively waiting for that Prince Charming. Feeling ko, 10 years na ako naghihintay. Feel ko talaga love. Like, I'm really meant to love someone. I'm really meant to be with my Prince Charming, even if I was teens pa. And so, going back to that Singles Events Manila that we've organized, dun kami nagsimula na we formulated a get-together that is, we call it game-based. So, kapag pumunta ka sa event, wala masyadong usap. Gagawin, form a circle, form a line, maglalaro kayo ng parang mga childhood games. Alam mo yung mga trip to Jerusalem o kaya naman mga quiz. So, we gamified getting to know each other to make it more interesting, and maybe like finding someone, which like a lot of people did also find love in Singles Events Manila. It was just a side effect. Our main goal was actually to build a network for single professionals. So kumbaga, kumbaga let's connect each other para hindi na natin kailangan pumunta sa madaming wedding, madaming lamay, madaming what, para lang makamit ng singles, di ba?
TBL na lang.
So, i-ano na natin, let's just connect each other's world, no? Not only that we benefit from each other professionally, because, syempre, if you need, like, clients and stuff, we're all working. At the same time, we're actually creating a network to normalize yung okay lang to voice out that you want to have a significant other. Hindi siya
Yeah.
desperate, hindi siya nakakahiya. Because really,
True.
when you look at scientific studies, your love life is a huge contributory factor when it comes to the length of your life, your wealth, your lifestyle, and as well as your health.
OMG, sa lahat ng mga singles, makinig kayo.
So the benefits really is tremendous if you end up with in a healthy romantic relationship.
Yes, healthy.
And
It's very important to take note of that. It should be healthy because
yes,
it should not be just like a romantic relationship. Tas yun na talaga. Paano kung may battered naman na nangyayari or abuse, di ba? Pero gusto ko yung sinabi mo na parang breaking the ice yung event because it's not just like the date na saan ba tayo pupunta after, but it's more of like games and para mababreak yung awkwardness between the woman and the man. Pero, of course, taking note din na yung sinasabi naman ni Vanessa na network is not the networking na parang you'll use other people to your advantage sa professional life mo. It's really a healthy environment for all the singles. Sabi ni Tien, parang pa 10 years na din po ako tayo.
I feel you, Tin. Nanggaling tayo dyan.
Oo, nakaka-relate tayo dyan lalo sa mga NBC. So, you created this event together with your friends and then this is in the Philippines or also in US?
This was in the Philippines. I was 23 years old back then, and I just moved to the United States like I think almost 2 years ago.
Okay, so what made you decide na okay, you'll have this here in the Philippines but you needed to go to US for like further studies ba siya or is it something na okay, I want to know more about this matchmaking industry, if I may say it, kung tama ba yung term?
Yeah, that's right. So when I was in the Philippines, when we were doing all the events and stuff, we were like thinking, of course, merong mga singles na nabubuo, but we weren't focusing on that because our main goal was actually network, and we were trying to encourage women na you're choosing a partner, a lifetime partner, someone that you're gonna marry, is actually one of the most important decisions in your lifetime.
True.
Excuse me. Just because one of those reasons is, of course, kung sino kasama mo for so many years, they're gonna influence even your mindset, even the way you look at things, even how you will, your responsibility of choosing a good partner is not, you don't owe that only to yourself. You also owe it to your future babies. Kasi,
True.
kapag kumuha ka ng lalaking loko-loko or someone who does not appreciate self-development, ano ang matutunan ng anak mo sa asawa mo? Diba?
Agree.
And so we were doing that kind of orientation, and of course we're also telling women na we understand that especially in the Philippines, you just have to wait kung sino man niligaw sa'yo. And so that actually makes your circle smaller. And so we were telling them, you are actually dating not to be chosen. You want to date because you want to know people. You want to be able to choose.
To choose.
And you have the right to choose because, again, kinayod ng nanay at tatay mo na makapag-aral ka in a good school. Ginapang ka ng parents mo para mapakain ka for like, 25 years? And so, sobrang masakit sa parents mo if you ended up with, a girl or a man who won't treat you well, diba? Parang that's not really like every parent's dream. And so we're trying to actually encourage them that you can actually choose. And you can do that if you first expand your network. Second, is you also prepare yourself. Ibig sabihin, we're very focused on self-development. Hindi pwede yung parang, okay lang, dito lang ako sa bahay because I'm gonna, may kakatok dyan, mamahalin ako kahit like, sorry for my term, barubal yung ugali ko. So, parang, wag. Let us also make it easy for other people to love us. So, that's where self-improvement comes. Kung feeling mo, sablay ka sa social skills, katulad ko before, magbasa ka ng libro, may Google naman, free naman yan. Kung feeling mo naman, yung network mo, talagang yung makikilala mo lang, yung mga kapitbahay nyo, ayaw mo naman sa mga kapitbahay mo. Kumbaga, you have to, there's like 7.8 billion people in the world, And so going back to me moving from the Philippines to the United States, even if it's like something that still surprised me, bata pa lang talaga ako, love. I'm really imagining myself to work overseas. And malaking contributory factor doon yung may nagsasabi sa akin na, ay, hindi ka naliligawan dito sa Philippines. Baka yung beauty mo kasi pang Amerika. Kasi nga, di ba, maitim ako. Tapos,
Grabe. Pero usually, ganun talaga, Vanessa, di ba? Parang, pag meron kang nasa 20s or 30s na parang, parang yung audience mo, usually sasabi, di ba? Parang siguro, hindi pang Philippines yung yung parang audience, kumbaga, ng beauty. It's more of like, AFAM, yung nga yung matawag na AFAM, di ba? Or maybe for abroad talaga. Anyway, so,
yeah.
so you moved to America. I love what you said about expanding your network and more focusing on self-improvement because usually, totally agree with that. Personally kasi, hindi ako naniniwala na ang women will just really wait for the men to like them and court them. Pero meron talagang choice tayo mga babae to assert ourselves without looking cheap, of course. To really know that we can choose. It's not as if we were gonna wait na magustuhan tayo. Pero meron tayong right na pumili ng tamang tao para sa atin because we work on ourselves, we work for ourselves as well. And we just deserve the best. That's why you keep on working for yourself as well to improve whatever it is. I just love what they said here. Sabi ni Clark, ayan, sabi ni Tin, as an introvert, parang nakaka-awkward ako sa thought ng trip to Jerusalem with strangers. Courage zone ang tawag dyan. Sabi ni Clark, read in one book, the babies can choose their parents, but we women can choose the future father of our children. True. I agree. Sabi niya, super true yung expand your network. OMG, same market. Haha, yeah. Siguro pang K-drama ako. Sabi ni Say, oh my gosh. So, sige, pili tayo ng opa. Pero tawag kami ni Vanessa. So, sa inyo na lang. Go ahead. Please continue. Yeah. I love this conversation.
So, me also. So, I was always told like that. So, kung lagi sa akin sinasabi yun, I was starting to look forward to America. Sabi ko, ay, oo nga, baka dun ko mamimit yung Prince Charming ko, dun ako magkaka-family and everything. And of course, I've always wanted to go to the US because of course, I wanted to be able to start alam mo naman sa Philippines love, kapag may mga dumadating na foreigner or even Filipinos na nag-study sa abroad, parang kahit ako ang taas-taas ng paningin ko before. So I have like this kind of like amazement and stuff. And so during that time, hindi ko naisip kung paano. Pero I set my mind to it na gusto kong makapag-abroad, gusto kong makapag-work in America. And then lo and behold, after like 6 years of working in the Philippines, nagkaroon ako ng opportunity for like to start on a training here in the US. And yes. So, pero by that time, as I was saying kanina, we've organized Singles Events Manila on June 12, 2014. I met my significant other June 19, 2014, just 6 days? 6 days. Kasi parang ang nangyayari, I was asking my friend na, hey, there's a lot of women really joining our event, and we promised them that we're gonna give them, kumbaga, same equal, kumbaga, number of men. So kapag meron kang 30 ladies sa Singles Events Manila, we try to really give them 30 men as well. Para masaya yun sa games.
Oo naman.
Totoo yung sabi mo kanina, it's really moving out of your comfort zone because ang tagline talaga ni Singles Events Manila is bringing singles out of their comfort zone. Because back then, when I was single, how I wish there was someone who was pushing me to go out of my shell. So, kasi that time, parang kung ano lang yung komportable, kung ano lang yung nakasanayan, wala nga ako masyadong exposure sa opposite gender.
Ano lang yun, the coming out of the shell, if I may add, is not something about romantic lang ha. To those who are joining us this evening, definitely Vanessa is talking about as a whole, coming out of the shell for your career, just like what she did. She moved from Philippines to US to find something better for her. Go ahead.
Right. And I believe that I always tell our single members na confidence comes from doing, not from the outcome. So if you know that you challenge yourself, if you know that you improve yourself, you will have this kind of, self-assurance na, hey, I'm not lazy, I'm not petics in life, so I also not only deserve to love, but I also deserve to be loved,
I love that.
To be like a good human being and stuff. And so really when you work with Singles Events Manila, a lot of the things that we're doing is really rewiring the brain, rewiring the mindset na you're not really there, you're not going out there to be, desperate and tell people to want me. No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna work so hard on yourself that it's gonna be difficult for other people not to notice you. And so that will actually give your romantic pool, that will make your romantic pool larger, and so you will have more options to be able to find kumbaga the best fit lifetime partner for you. And
I love
so
that.
going back, like I was working in the Philippines 6 years ago, an opportunity came to go to the United States, but I was already in a relationship with my first boyfriend. So, ayan na naman, love. After kong pinagdasal, after kong hindi lang ako kumbaga after 6 years, 7 years of praying, sabi ko, God, gagawan ko na ng, I believe, sabi mo, nasa tao ang gawa, nasa Diyos ang awa, no? Kaya sabi ko, God, ginawa na namin ng paraan. Gumawa na kami ng medium para kapag meant na for us na mabigyan ng significant other, merong way. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
Hindi yung parang siguro kahit gusto na ibigay ni God yung significant other mo, hindi niya mapakilala sa iyo kasi nasa loob ka ng bahay, hindi ka lumalabas. Anyway, so nagkaroon na ng medium. So my significant other very briefly was introduced by a common friend because we were looking for males to join our event. And so he was supposed to join the event, but then after like a day of meeting me, he actually asked my friend, nanghingi na siya ng abiso, like, hey, are you courting
Nag-advance na.
Nag-advance na siya. So, in short, hindi na siya nakasali ng event. Naging co-host ko pa siya sa event.
Wow!
During that time. And so, we were already together after like 2 years. After 2 years of, dating, getting to know each other. And so, dumating yung opportunity for me to work in the United States. So, love, after so many years na pinagdasal ko yung significant other ko, nandito na, may bago na naman akong challenge. Like, is it gonna be your career or is it gonna be your love life? And so, I was like, God, bakit hindi pwedeng sabay-sabay? So, may ganun talaga. So, I had to choose. But then, unang-una kasi, love, I'm a panganay. So, as a panganay, of course, like, the responsibilities of a panganay. Not only,
Ayan,
like,
comment lahat ng mga panganay na nakakaramdam ng responsibilities. Okay.
Yeah. You have the finances, the emotional responsibility to look after your family, the mental, the mental strength that you should have to be like a good ate, like to guide them, like, hey, wag kang pariwara kasi ganito, napagdaanan ko na yung
pressure.
Oo, pressure, di ba, panganay. And then, another thing, sa family kasi namin, ang daming opportunities before na makapag-work overseas, but none of them took it. Just because our grandparents was like, we were coming from, I came from Masbate City, it's a small island in Bicol. And so, our grandparents was like, sila yung tipong, wag ka pupunta ng kusina kasi baka matalsikan ka ng oil. Yung tipong,
yung mga, wala pa man, the phantom thinking na wala pa, nangyari na.
Exactly. Yung tipong, parang hindi ka makagalaw kasi yung fear nandun. Baka may mangyaring masama, wag pupunta ng Manila kasi baka masagasaan ka. Wag ka pupunta ng abroad kasi baka mawala ka. Oo. And so, yung mga, kumbaga, yung I call them my mommies, my titas, even if they wanted to, it was not really in the generation to really go out and, have that, start a new environment, a new life. And so, sabi ko, kung hindi nga ako magpupush, sino? Like, pag hindi ako nauna, I'm the most panganay, tapos ako yung pinaka-eldest when it comes sa mga apo, pag naunahan ako ng takot, baka yung mga susunod sa akin, they're gonna live a life of fear as well. Yeah. And so, again, if it was just me, I would rather be like parang a good, loving housewife to Vladimir Antonio. And we live like, we live happily ever after in the Philippines.
Just like what you prayed for, di ba?
Yeah, just like what I prayed for. Kasi yun talaga yung pinagdasal ko for, like, nasa dream board ko pa siya and everything. But then, ang life, laging may surprises. And so, dumating nga yung opportunity. And it wasn't only like a responsibility over myself now. Iniisip ko, kapag pinalagpas ko yung chance na yan, baka pagdating ko din ng 50, 60, mag-regret din ako personally na hindi mo in-explore yung career mo, like,
Yes,
what if,
as a single person.
exactly. And then, of course, like, I also think about, like, what's gonna happen in the future, yung mga babies and stuff. So, advanced yung mga
Advance,
ganyan.
mabay talaga, advance lagi mag-isip eh. So you
Exactly.
decided to move to the US and then medyo fast forward ako kasi for sure maraming magtatanong about dating. So you moved to US, pursued your career as you mentioned about self-development, di ba? Trailblazing the path not just for you but also for the people who are looking up to you as an ate. Di ba? Ang sarap lang din ng feeling na yun that you can teach the new generation na pwede tayong hindi matakot unlike masasabi mga lola at lola natin. So, you moved to the US and then what happened to Vladimir?
Okay, so what happened to Vladimir was, when I left to the US, excuse me, Vladimir, since day one we've met, nagjo-joke kami kasi parang sabi ko, since day one we've met, he already treated me as a wife. So parang may ganong factor na. So that was it was a very difficult time kasi unang-una he was like my first boyfriend, and of course we were looking forward to like a future together, but since bata pa lang ako, nasa mindset ko na mag-US ako. When we got into a relationship, there was this time that we were in Batangas, we were crying in front of the beach kasi alam namin na mag-i-end yung relationship namin, kasi nga nasa mind ko na kahit wala pa yung opportunity, nasa mind ko na naaalis ako, punta ko ng States, doon ako magtatrabaho. So dumating nga after like 1 year, dumating yung opportunity, and so I took it. And after, when I came here, I wasn't really hopeful kasi we didn't want to give each other like a hard time to,
Yes.
sabi ko, Vladimir, hindi din kasi ako pang LDR. Sabi ko, alam po talaga yan eh. Kasi clingy ako eh. so ganyan. So, it was very, very painful not only to be away from your family and friends, but it was really painful to be away from your Prince Charming. But lo and behold, after like 3 months, my significant other, who is, I believe, was doing well in the Philippines, I told you, Love, diba? He's basically like, he has his job, he has his company, like he has his car and credit card and stuff. So I was like, I don't think he's ready to give up all of that, because pagdating dito, we start from scratch.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have a car, we didn't have like anything, I'm going to this company, I'm on a training, I'm hoping that we're gonna have like a better opportunity in the future. And so after 3 months of being away, nagulat ako, sabi ko, si Kuya sumunod.
Wow, haba ng hair! Nakita nga si Vlad, nanonood siya. So, hi Vlad. Thank you for being the Prince Charming na forever ito talaga. I love that. So, sumunod siya, and totoo talaga yung promise.
So, kumbaga, he left his company, binenta niya kung anong meron siya. Talagang all-in si Kuya. So,
grabe, haba ng hair.
Sabi ko, God, this is for real. Kasi nung una, since hindi pa ako nagkaka-boyfriend, I was actually protecting my heart also. Hindi pwedeng kasi di ba, baka hindi ibig sabihin wala akong like relationship experience, like bobo-bobo na, sorry for the term, no? So, I was really being careful. Sorry. I was really being careful and stuff. And when I was reading books on the dating books that I've had before, it was really saying that you don't really listen to those words. You look at the actions. And one of the tips also that we also teach our fellow single professionals, especially yung women, when you give compliment also, it's way more effective and way more, mas ma-appreciate siya ng opposite gender if you actually compliment them to something that they've done, compared to, oy, ang gwapo mo, oy, ang kinis ng mukha mo. I mean, pinanganak nila. Exactly. Tsaka hindi mo lang sila nag-effort to do that. But then, this is actually a dating tip already, when you actually compliment a guy because, uy, they pulled the chair for you, they opened the door for you, he helped the waiter, and you were like, you're really a kind person. Naku, mas gustong-gusto nga nila, sabi mo nga, Love, no? Mas gustong-gusto nila yan. And so, I was looking at my significant other action, and sabi ko, all in siya, and there was not any reason for me. Unang-una, I felt like, actually, Vanessa, naging selfish ka, inuna mo nga yung career mo eh, pero tingnan mo, pinigyan ka ni God ng super understanding naman.
Amen to that.
And so when he came here, after like 6 months of being here, he actually proposed and we actually eloped to Niagara Falls to get married ng kaming dalawa
Very
lang. So
romantic.
yeah, so we got married and stuff, and thank God for like all the blessings, because what we're doing right now, kahit na COVID, in terms of nagkahiwalay kami right now, hindi siya makalipad because it's COVID right now. We're actually looking forward to spending our and starting our family together in the United States. So although I was saying that na kumbaga I would love to think that I ended up with a man that I've dreamt of, and very ano talaga siya, very gentleman, not only for me but also to the people I'm surrounded with. That's why I'm so inspired, Love, to actually talk in Singles Events Manila, to guide a lot of singles and speak, and like you've mentioned, Kumo. Kasi sobrang inspire ako sa love niya, to the point na gusto kong sabihan yung mga babae na, hey, do not settle with something who's not treating you right, because if
True.
with the right knowledge, with the right skills, with enough prayer, no, if it's really meant for you, God will actually give you and can give you, and you can find someone who is actually a person who's gonna be an asset, who's gonna be like someone who's gonna contribute in your life, kesa sa someone who's gonna pull you down. And
I love
so
that.
that's our main message, really. Like, do not settle for someone just because siya lang yung nanliligaw sa'yo, tapos hindi mo naman pala gusto yung ugali. So, improve yourself. In that way, yung dating pool mo, mas madami kang pagpipilian, and you'd be able to see kung sino ang pinaka-sincere sa panliligaw sa'yo.
I love that. And it's an eye-opener for all the women and men as well na, it's something that usually kasi we always look at the other person, yung kung ano yung meron siya, kung ano yung maganda sa kanya, sama sa kanya. But we also have to look within ourselves as well. Ano ba yung pwede natin i-improve sa sarili natin? Ano ba yung dapat natin i-work on so that when the right person comes, we're also the right person for that significant other. Sabi ni Tina, natapakan na daw niya yung hair mo sa Las Piñas. Oh my gosh.
Kaya pala
Okay.
sumakit.
Someone commented here, sabi ni JMF Fashionista, this is not a question but rather a statement. V is the best dating coach. She does not just focus on love but helping you in becoming the best version of yourself. And true enough, I think for the past 30 minutes I'm conversing with Vanessa, sobra ko nag-enjoy. Ngayon lang kami nag-uusap talaga ha. As in, I just love talking to her. Okay, so we'll go now to definitely questions ng mga tao. So if you have questions for V, for Vanessa, do send in. Type nyo lang sa comment section. I love what she's been saying for the past 37 minutes. So bukod sa nahanap niya ang kanyang Prince Charming at pinaglaban siya, conquering the Asia, the America, ang sarap lang ng feeling. And V, actually, gusto kong i-affirm that you mentioned you started off from the pain point na single ka, what's wrong with me, Lord, I want to have a significant other. You did not just focus on your pain point, but you actually helped a lot of people to transition also, not just yung para maging desperate move na maghanap ng partner, but to really improve on themselves. Which is, I think, yun yung blessing ni Lord sa'yo na, okay, V, tinutulungan mo yung mga singles, I will answer your prayer in the best way possible, di ba? So unahan ko na to ha. Ang question ni Nika is, should the girl make the first initiative pag natotorpe yung guy?
Okay, Nika, hi, thank you for sending your message. Actually, for us, and especially for me, I do believe that it's very important that you actually show an interest, especially if the guy, feeling mo naman gusto ka ng lalaki, no? So, showing an interest, meaning you're being open, you're not offending the person. So, going back lang very quickly, Love, hindi ko na sabi na, although like na-meet ko yung significant other ko, hindi ko na kwento kung anong-ano yung improvements na ginawa ko sa sarili ko. So, madami talaga. It starts with like my mom telling me na, paano ka nga naman mag-usa? Ang dilim-dilim ng aura mo, lagi kang nakasimangot. So, ganun ako before. And so, I believe na like sa question ni kanina, no, if the person is torpe lang and you feel that the person also has interest sa'yo, it's okay to be open. Ibig sabihin, unang-una, when you are together or when you are in a group of people, gusto mong maligawan, hindi ka ganyan lagi, tapos nakayuko palagi, hindi man lang nag-eye
Socially
contact.
awkward nga daw, di ba sabi mo?
Exactly. So one of the, kumbaga, we call it science of dating, but basically what we teach are social skills. So if gusto mo maging open sa partner or sa manliligaw mo without being desperate, then it's actually more on working on yourself. For example, practicing open body language. So you make sure na imaginein mo, like, nakaupo ka dito, tapos imagine mo yung sarili mo nakatayo doon. So, nakikita mo yung sarili mo. Anong aura mo? Anong message ang sinisend out mo?
I love it.
Mukha ka bang emotionally available? Because emotionally available, according to scientists, it's actually one of the most attractive trait a woman could actually possess. Ibig sabihin,
Not physically available ha, but emotionally available.
Emotionally available.
Okay.
Ibig sabihin, you are someone who is positive, who is open to actually welcoming a romantic partner, romantic relationship. Hindi ikaw yung parang biter-biteran. Alam mo yun? Yung tipong wala pa nga, naisipan mo na ng issue or naging negative ka na or nauna na yung fear mo. So there's this mentor that I spoke with and I really, really love her. She told me that human beings can only function through one system. So you could either choose to function through fear or function through love. So if you are functioning through fear, you are actually running your life through takot na ayokong makipag-usap dito kasi ang torpe niya, kasi baka o kaya mamamatay tao siya, so hindi ko siya bibigyan ng chance. Nawala na yung chance sana na who knows, hindi mo man siya maging significant other, malay mo maging BFF mo pa si kuya. And so, going back to the question, it's okay to show interest, that's true. Nakita ko si Christine, pabebe love to show interest. Actually, we teach in the science of flirting, there's actually a psychologist named Jean Smith, flirtologist talaga siya. She speaks and teach science of flirting sa Google, sa mga multinational company. Laughing is actually part of showing interest. Ibig sabihin, nakita mo ng torpe, nakita mo ng hirap na si guy magka-express sa'yo. Pag nag-joke siya, you don't
tumawa ka
ng the person, tumawa ka naman. Parang, it's just really, dating is just really making other feel accepted. Making them feel as if, hey,
and breaking the ice as well, no? Yung parang kung awkward na, medyo pagaanin mo muna yung situation.
Exactly. And recognize that sometimes in dating, it takes so much effort for other people to go out of their comfort zone. So recognize
and
that
even
effort.
Men. It's
Exactly.
not just us women na nahihirapan, there are also men na hindi naman sila talaga manloloko. Pero tama, torpe or nahiya lang sila. They don't know how to approach it. So, totoo ka dun. It can happen talaga.
Exactly. And we actually recognize na sa dating, ang pinaka-importante talaga na nag-guide and nako-coach is really the men kasi grabe ang pressure sa kanila. So parang ako, like feel na kahit hindi ako lalaki, feel ko kasi grabe ang expectation sa inyo. And so, for men, it's kung nakikita mo nga as a woman, nakikita mo nag-e-effort na si kuya and everything, the least thing that you could do is actually show that you are emotionally available. Huwag kang nakasimangot, huwag kang laging nakaganyan. You actually converse with them as if they're like a, like decent human being. Huwag mong pag-isipan agad na wala pang ginagawa, kung ano-ano na yung mga kumbaga conception na naiisip natin about it. Give them actually a chance. Very important to actually speak with them if they are torpe. Natutorpe sila kasi natatakot sila ma-reject by you. So if you become like nicer, you smile more, you just become your blessed self, then maybe they will be more encouraged to mas tataasan, lalakasan ng loob nila.
I love that. I hope, Nika, that answers your question because it goes both for men and women. Pero V, meron akong question. I mean, kasi nga, di ba, a lot of women and men, I think mas mataas na yung awareness na ngayon kasi meron ng community. They also have social events like single events Manila. And unlike before, talagang hindi mo alam kano ka ba hingin ng tulong. Even books can be confusing for a lot of people. Pero paano nga ngayon? Because it's in the new normal that a lot of people are still in lockdown and there are a lot of singles who also send us message sa vlog namin mag-asawa na how can we go on dating? Kasi ang hirap naman atin na online dating because you don't know the person. So how can we at least exert an effort to pwede ba yun na online date or like at least get to know a person more in the new normal concept?
for their singles right now, according to actually statistics, tumaas ang downloads ng dating app ngayong pandemya. So, parang naiisip kasi, oo nga naman, saan ka nga naman makakamit ng significant other, no? So, ang dami nag-online dating. Sa online dating, actually, the reason din kaya nagawa sa Singles Events Manila, because unang-una, our concern is the security, not only for women, but also for men. And so there are people that online dating works for them, especially when you have a lot of time, no? Browse ka, ma-effort ka mag-research and whatever, check ng social media nila, check ng kung anong history ang meron ng internet about them. You can do that by yourself. Or you could actually go to trusted people, your family, sometimes feeling you awkward kasi to get recommendations from family, no? But really, aunties, friends, best friends, I would rather suggest that you meet people through them. Yung some kind of meron silang familiarity compared to like total strangers in a dating app. So, if not naman, of course, like agencies, like organizations like Singles Events Manila, what we do kasi, we act as your mother, as your tatay, to do the vetting for you. And so, online dating, masyado siyang time-consuming also. And of course, the security there. Yeah. So if you wanna meet someone during the pandemic, I'm not gonna tell don't try online dating. I would encourage you try it. If it works for you, then good. If it doesn't, go for a way more kumbaga vetted source, which is either your family and friends or like an organization like Singles Events Manila. And so if you wanna get to know someone, of course, we do not recommend that you meet in person, but we highly recommend that you actually take this time to get to know them virtually. Getting to know them virtually could either be video call or phone call. And we love that the virtual dating is actually being accepted right now, because if you come to think about it, love, it actually delays people from meeting in person. And you know, when you meet in person, of course, like sometimes biologically, kung ano-ano nararamdaman mo, you get too excited and stuff. But now na pandemic, you guys are actually forced to get to know each other more in an emotional level.
I like that point. I like that point, V, kasi usually, di ba, parang ang tingin ng mga tao, sobrang disadvantage for all the singles or looking for a significant other, yung online, kasi nga paano hindi mo siya makikita in person, hindi mo makikita yung ugali niya. But if you are also an introvert or you feel that you are socially awkward, it can be a good small step na online muna kayo, tapos walang any physical temptation for both of you. It delays yung part na yun. I love that. It's a very good insight for all the singles as well. Especially nowadays, parang everything is readily instant.
Right. So parang, di ba, syempre pandemic, puro negative na and stuff. But when you really think about it, it actually, kumbaga, nagkaroon din siya ng magandang side effect. Not only people are forced to really connect more emotionally, they want to talk more, di ba? Kasi absent yung physical connection. Then we believe that this is actually a good time to vet people. This is actually a good time to get to know them para when the quarantine is lifted, when the pandemic is over, you could actually get to decide whether do I want to meet this person in person, or should I just say thank you, it was really nice getting to know you.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Yes, okay, thanks, bye. Because and sometimes we encourage also men and women, if you feel like you do not connect like emotionally, like do not feel like very, very bad. Because ikaw, if you have this goal that, you know, as long as you're very polite when it comes to the people that you date, that you get to know, you don't ghost them, you have the decency to actually, it was really, really nice to get to know you, but like moving forward, because you actually have a goal. That's why it's very important that you date with intention. You have a goal. I want to be able to find my lifetime partner. I'm not just getting to know people because I want to have like someone to talk to tonight kasi gusto ko magpuyat. So when you have that kind of goal, it will actually rewire your brain in a sense that when you talk to people, hindi ka na super mababaw. Ang tinitingnan mo na is ano ba yung importante sa aking values. Kasi
I so love V! I love all your points.
Hindi lang ako nakikipag-usap sa'yo right now kasi bored ako. Nakikipag-usap ako kasi nga, I want to meet my partner, my lifetime partner in the long run.
I love that. I really love this conversation. Sobrang bitin. Naisip ko, oh my God, 11 minutes to go na.
With
all the I hope that you're learning so much from this. Patikim lang to because of course you can definitely go and reach out to V after our conversation. Do send her a DM, follow her on her social media accounts. Pero mamaya ko ipapaplug sa kanya. But it's a great time for you to really connect to yourself, to God. If there's something that you need to heal within yourself, maybe wrong notion, maybe painful past din sa family generation nyo, it's something for you that you can move forward and learn something from yourself. And the good thing about dating as well is that you get to discover more about yourself, your preference, the things that are non-negotiable and negotiable nyo. Matututunan mo rin yan along the way. It's not really all about dating to explore each other's body, but explore each other's minds. And sobrang ganda lang nun. V, what will be your, I know you have different love advice, pieces of advice that you have given to a lot of people you have helped, and to those you will be helping along the way. But now that it's becoming more, ano ba, more lonely for other people. Kasi I think yun, nandun yung temptation na ang ini-equate ng mga tao na pag you're alone, you're lonely. But of course, it's not. It's two different things. You can be single and still be happy. Pero what can be your advice to all the singles na masaya naman sila, masaya sila with their career, with their family, with their friends, but sometimes it gets lonely because they're longing for that affection and affirmation from a significant other.
So, actually, like for singles who are watching right now, especially that it's the pandemic, one of the many things that I would love to share with you guys is to actually use this. We call it downtime, no? Because we don't really get to go out and meet with a lot of people. Use this downtime not only to reflect, but to actually do the work for yourself, on yourself. And
Love,
I'm a like we call myself like a science-based coach because I do actually believe that even if there are people who are naturally going, there are things also that we can do that to increase our likelihood of finding a significant other. And so you start with refining your social skills. And when you actually do that, it does not only benefit your love life, it benefits your career. When you look at studies, people who have like
agree.
more better social skills get to have like higher promotion, higher salary and stuff. Read books, seek to like people who are like knowledgeable when it comes to like topics na feeling mo dun yung weakness mo. So if you feel like I don't know how to relate with the opposite gender, then you have to like study that. If you don't know how to really present yourself in a way that you will appear more open and more pleasant to the world, then you work on that. If you feel that you have issues, mga baggages in the past, then you work with therapists. It's really using this downtime to improve yourself para pagdating ng time na tapos na yung pandemic, you're like a, kumbaga, version 2.0
2.0.
of yourself.
I
Yes, 2.0 of yourself. So not only that you become more appealing to the opposite gender, giving you higher chance of finding your match, it will also give you that confidence, like that genuine confidence that, hey, I worked on myself, and so I am here to not only find my significant other, but be an asset, be a person who will be able to contribute something positive kung sino man ang magiging significant other ko. And so if you are like that, it's so difficult not to have you as a partner.
I love that. Ang galing-galing, V. So it's really more of before looking for a significant other, find the significance in yourself as well because God sees you beautifully, God sees you wonderfully. So don't think na sobrang puro kabiteran lang ang nangyari sa pandemic. You can really come out better out of this situation. Sabi nga niya, downtime, but really make the most out of it. This is just a patikim. Patikim lang to sa lahat ng mga singles na nanood because I really believe that V needs to be heard by a lot of people. So, V, go ahead and invite everyone. Where can they get in touch with you professionally or maybe socially in terms of the Kumu app, the Singles Events Manila?
Hi everyone. If you are single and you're watching this, please do reach out to Singles Events Manila if you have any questions. That's actually my professional way of serving singles who also not only want to improve themselves but also really meet people, meet single professionals. And so Single Professionals is actually, Singles Events Manila is actually holding a speed friending, hindi siya speed dating love, speed friending event this December. So if you want more details about that, go to Singles Events Manila. And of course, I would be happy to like help you in whatever concerns that you have. Is it like building confidence? Is it like making you less nervous and feel more excited when you go on dates? Or really just professional and personal development? You could also reach out to me through Dating Analyst here on Instagram. And I just wanted to say, Love, when you were giving your advice, I was like, dating coach ba to si Love? And reach out to Love also. I think she has really, really rich advice for you as well.
Yay! It's really our passion. In our book, Love Connect, kami ni Drews have been helping a lot of married couples and also those who are in a relationship. So this is really something that I'm very passionate about. So getting to know you in a sense that people will not just know that dating or matchmaking isn't just about flirting with other person, but really getting to know the best version of yourself. Kaya sobrang gusto mo sa yung conversation na to. And thank you for saying yes to this passion because you've been helping a lot of single people to really bring out the beauty in them as well. Not na yung parang akala nila wala, but really rediscovering na nandyan yung ganda sa buhay nila. And so to everyone who's watching us right now, do catch the Singles Events Manila event this December and get in touch with Vanessa, with V Dating Analyst here on Instagram. And she also has Kumu programs in FYE, tama, di ba? ABS-CBN and digital online programs. And of course, please don't forget that you are beautiful, you are worth waiting for, you are worth chasing for, both men and women. Sobrang gusto lang ni Lord sabihin sa inyo, yes, nasa kanya yung awa, na sa atin yung gawa, but don't think of yourself like ito na yung last resort for you, di ba? So, V, thank you. I'll get in touch with you and send me the details so I can also promote the Singles Events Manila. Sa lahat ng mga singles, get ready for 2021. It will be the start of awakening for all of us. So I hope that this will be the start of healing for all of us as well. V, thank you. Vlad, thank you for tuning in as well. So
Yes.
before we end this conversation, let's end this with a prayer. And I also send love and light to you, V. Thank you for doing this. Thank you everyone for joining us. Please share this to all your friends, especially to the single people who are thinking na, paano na ba ngayon pandemic na to? So let's all come in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, we thank you for this wonderful event. Thank you for this platform that we can get to connect from different places, different countries all over the world to just really glorify you with our talents, with our time, and with our treasure. Lord, I say a prayer for V and for Vlad. I hope that in time that will get you'll answer all their prayers and they'll get back to each other's arms after this COVID. And may they continue their passion and their purpose as well to help a lot of single people. And to those who are watching us right now, to all the single people, may you bless them, may you protect them, and may you guard their hearts to be the best version of themselves, Lord. And to all the married couples as well, may they nurture their marriage and may they also be a catalyst of love to their children so that the future generation will spread the love and light that you always have in us. Amen and amen. And Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Bitin, pero excited ako so that people can get to know you more in your socials as well. So we thank you. God bless your day. Good morning in the US and
Yes. I'm so happy. This is like so much worth of my time, and I hope it was worth your time as well, Love.
It is.
I'm gonna see you guys.
I really enjoyed this conversation. Parang matagal tayo magkakilala. Thank you.
I
Thank you so
feel
much.
that
I really appreciate it. God bless
Thank
you, everyone.
God bless you.
And sabi ni Tin, had so much fun. Hi, Felice. Thank you for tuning in.
Yay.
God bless you.
Thank you.